Ryan Reynolds takes a stand against woke culture in Hollywood. Ryan Reynolds has emerged as a vocal critic of the growing influence of woke culture in Hollywood, particularly in relation to his iconic character, Deadpool. Known for his wit and unfiltered humor, Reynolds is not shy about expressing his concerns over how creative freedom is being stifled in favor of political correctness. The fight for Deadpool's identity. When Disney acquired the rights to Deadpool, Reynolds faced mounting pressure to soften the character's edge. The suggestions to make Deadpool more family-friendly struck a nerve with him. For Reynolds, the crude humor and rebellious attitude of Deadpool are not just character traits, they are the essence of what makes the character beloved by fans. He quickly pushed back against these suggestions, arguing that toning down Deadpool would mean stripping away everything that made him unique. Reynolds understood that the character's appeal lies in his unpredictability and honest portrayal of life's absurdities, Hollywood's pressure, and the battle for creative integrity.
Look, most of the time when the movie is this much
Reynolds has made it clear that he is unwilling to compromise Deadpool's authenticity for the sake of corporate approval. The back and forth with Disney involved submitting multiple versions of the script, each toned down more than the last, only to be told it was still too edgy. This frustrating process highlighted a significant conflict between Reynolds and Disney, the company's desire for a sanitized version of Deadpool versus Reynolds' commitment to maintaining the character's rawness. This fight is not just about one character but represents a broader struggle within Hollywood. Reynolds argues that when studios prioritize political correctness over authenticity, they dilute the very essence of storytelling. He believes that stories should be genuine reflections of life, not tailored to avoid backlash. Comedy as a battleground. Reynolds often emphasizes that humor has become a battleground where jokes are scrutinized for their potential to offend. He argues that comedy should challenge norms and provoke thought, but when humor is picked apart to avoid offending anyone, it loses its power. Reynolds is passionate about defending the right to make people laugh without second-guessing every punchline. Moreover, he points out that the rise of woke culture has led many comedians to pull back, fearing backlash for tackling certain topics. This trend concerns Reynolds, as he believes that once comedy becomes restrained by fear, it stops being true comedy. The selective outrage of Hollywood. Reynolds doesn't shy away from calling out Hollywood's double standards. He criticizes how studios selectively choose what is deemed offensive and what is acceptable based on current trends, leading to a watered-down industry where creativity is confined by political safety. He argues that this selective outrage undermines the authenticity of storytelling. In his view, the backlash against Deadpool's humor is a sign that the character is doing exactly what he was designed to do: challenge the status quo with unapologetic humor. Reynolds believes that if Deadpool's jokes make some people uncomfortable, it may simply mean they are not the target audience. The importance of authentic representation. While Reynolds advocates for diversity in Hollywood, he takes issue with what he calls performative diversity. He criticizes studios for making surface-level changes to appear inclusive without addressing deeper issues. For him, true representation means giving diverse voices the freedom to create authentic stories rather than fitting them into pre-approved molds. In this context, Reynolds sees himself in a tense showdown with Disney executives, who typically have the final say in creative decisions. However, he is determined to stand up for what he believes is right for the character of Deadpool and the franchise as a whole. The future of Deadpool and Hollywood's landscape. As the drama unfolds at Disney, with Bob Iger set to leave by 2026, Reynolds remains focused on the impact of these changes on the films being produced. The tension within Disney reflects a larger crisis in Hollywood, where studios are increasingly cautious and prioritize political correctness over authentic storytelling. Reynolds argues that this shift not only affects characters like Deadpool but also the entire industry. He warns that when studios prioritize safe content over creativity, they risk producing films that are polished but lack true substance. Defending free expression and challenging norms. Throughout his battle with Hollywood, Reynolds positions himself as a defender of free expression. He understands that taking a stand may make him a target, but he is willing to take that risk. For Reynolds, this fight is not just about Deadpool, it is about ensuring that artists have the freedom to tell their stories, no matter how edgy or provocative they may be. His message is clear: if Hollywood loses its voice, it loses its power to influence and inspire. Reynolds is committed to protecting Deadpool's unique appeal, which lies in his defiance of conventional norms and his ability to challenge audiences through raw humor. The call for authenticity in storytelling. In conclusion, Ryan Reynolds' stance against woke culture in Hollywood is a crucial conversation about the future of storytelling. He advocates for a return to authenticity, where stories reflect real life with all its flaws and complexities. For Reynolds, this isn't just a fight for one character, it is a fight for the soul of storytelling in Hollywood. As he navigates the challenges posed by corporate pressures and the evolving landscape of the entertainment industry, Reynolds remains steadfast in his commitment to delivering the unfiltered, raw experience that fans expect from Deadpool.